are back after a successful first installment. We are here with our second ever edition of Youth Night Live, and man, I am stoked to be with you. But before we jump into the games and activities and harrowing events of courage we have planned for tonight, we have a brand new first time ever player in Bailey Barello. Hey! Now real quick, you may notice that some of us have our masks on. That's just because, we want to be safe. Things are getting kind of crazy. And so at some points when we can be a little bit more spread apart, we might not have our masks on, but we're still encouraging you guys, be safe. But for now, I want to have a conversation with our brand new volunteer, Bailey. Okay, so Bailey, we want to get to know you, but we don't want you just to tell us about yourself, because that's boring. So we have a tradition here at Foothill Students called Hot Seat, where we're gonna, for like a minute, or maybe longer, because you know what? You have nowhere to go. Yeah. We're gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions. Could be, just kind of simple questions, could be random questions, could be embarrassing questions. So, for about a minute, we're gonna just yell some questions at you, okay? And you have to answer them.
Okay, hold on, let me just put my armor on. Ready to go.
That was weird. Okay.
For whatever it comes. I'm ready.
So if your first question is, Bailey, are you a character? The answer is yes. So let's start. Hot Seat starts. 3, 2, 1, right now! Number 1, Bailey, are you Italian?
I am, that's true. Yep, Morello, it's right there.
Why do you think that 2 holes in your nose is not enough? Why did you make a 3rd hole?
Why did I make? I have 2. I actually have 4. Because I am expressing my personality. There's 2 rings. There you go.
Yeah. Did it hurt?
It did make me cry, yes. Just out of this eye. What's your favorite movie? What's my favorite movie? I
like that movie too.
Good movie.
If you had to run 5 miles, would you rather do it in stiletto heels or cowboy boots?
So what you don't know about me is I love running, and I also grew up riding horses. So I recently ran a full marathon, but I probably wouldn't want to do it in either of those shoes. But if I did 5 miles, probably boots.
Okay, cool.
Can you do that flip?
I cannot. That is an easy no. I can do a back flop.
What's your most embarrassing moment?
My most embarrassing moment? Wow, there's so many. This is kind of a daily thing for me. Currently, I spill on myself quite frequently. You'll learn this very, very quickly. In my office at work, there's a whiteboard that says, days since I last spilled on myself. It consistently says 0. So, yeah, that's a regular thing.
All right, and I know the junior high boys are asking this in the comments because they ask us every time when we do something. Blue or green? What is your favorite color? Green. Okay, another question I know they're going to ask. Marvel or DC?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. And then they're going to ask, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Hot dog?
A sandwich.
No.
Thank you.
Why?
I'm going to say no because...
Is it just based off your emotions? Do you have evidence?
We just have the vertical...
Facts don't care about your feelings, man.
Your bread is connected. It's got to be separate and this way.
Yep.
Horizontal.
Got
bread,
it.
Okay.
Meat, cheese, more meat, bread.
All right. Well, that is Bailey. Bailey, we're super stoked to have you serving in the girls group, and hopefully soon you can meet all of our wonderful students and hang out with them and build friendships. Bailey's a great person. I'm excited for you guys to get to know her. All right. Let's move on. And we are back. We are playing. Wow, puberty just happened again. And we are back with a game called Survey Says. That's right. It may seem like Family Feud, but it's totally different because we have a different name. So this is a game we are going to play. We have our contestants up here. First off, let's look at our teams. We have. What is your name, sir?
Caleb Wright.
Caleb, and who are you playing for? Because if you win, this person wins. Who are you playing for?
I'm playing for Noah Schultz.
Nice! All right, young miss, what is your name?
Lauren.
Lauren, who are you playing for?
I'm playing for Greasy.
Yay!
Sir?
I'm Barrett, and I'm playing for Elijah Diaz.
Nice! And our brand new Bailey?
Bailey, that's me. I'm playing for Lily Dobransky.
Yay! All right, folks, here is the game. We're going to see a question on the screen. I'm going to ask that question. First person to hit the buzzer, you have the option to play that question or pass it. If you get one of the things right, because it's a survey, we've surveyed tons of students just like you. If you get one of those questions right, then you have control of the board. So you and your team member will go back and forth answering the question. If you get them all right, then boom, you win the first round. If you get 3 answers wrong, 3 strikes, you're out. Other team gets a chance. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, sir.
Alrighty, let's play Survey Says. Alright, let's meet our teams and let's get started. Team 1, what is your name?
The Liquid Cousins.
The Liquid Cousins?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, Team 2.
The cows.
The Cows! Alright, I need a representative from each team to kick off with our first question. Okay, give me a representative. Who's coming up?
Go.
Alright, we have Caleb versus Barrett. Okay, in just a second, I'm going to ask for the new question. I'm going to read the question. As soon as I read the question, first person to hit the buzzer answers it, okay? However, you're not going to hit it with your hand. I want you to hit it with your elbow, alright? Alright, let's see that new question. What is your favorite game / distraction during quarantine? Why'd you pause?
I gotta say go.
Go! Alright, so you have a couple seconds to answer the question.
Video games.
Video games, do we have video games? Yes, we do! Dave, do you want to continue playing? Yes, you
Yes,
do. Okay,
yes.
Lauren, now go!
Reading.
Do we have reading? Oh, strike 1!
Reading. Television.
Television! Strike 2!
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, nobody watches TV anymore. Lauren, hurry up!
Swimming.
Wow! You got 1 right! I did not. Okay, you guys got 3 strikes.
It was me, so that means I'm better than one.
Which means now, Barrett, you guys have a chance to take this, okay? Go for it. You're going to answer one of the questions. What is your favorite game / distraction during quarantine?
Board games.
Board games?
No way.
Oh! Your mom was generous and gave you puzzles, okay? Go.
Running.
You guys do not understand. Oh, wow! Taking a walk. I mean, I feel like they're 2 different things,
It's a
but whatever.
distraction.
Okay, go ahead.
Outside.
Outside. No! Okay, keep going.
Make cooking.
Cooking. No! Think about this. Barrett, I know you're a homeschooler and you're different from every other kid out there, but think, if you were a normal kid, what would your answer?
Hanging out with siblings?
No.
2.
However, you guys got 2 right. You guys got 1
Give me a
right.
high
So they win this round. But let's see the rest of the answers here. Reveal all Netflix. I cannot believe you didn't say Netflix.
TikTok.
TikTok. FaceTiming friends. iPhone surfing. Yeah.
What?
iPhone.
Wow.
You guys are not Generation Z youth, I guess. All the other people screaming in the comments now. All right, let's go to our next question. You two, get in the back.
Come on.
Let's have the ladies come
You
forward.
did a good job.
All right, yes, please clean your hands. Get ready.
Little too much.
Wow.
That's right on the buzzer.
I know. First thing you do, you come on my set. She spilled. She's just like she said she did. She spilled hand sanitizer.
It's
Okay.
real, it's very real.
Let's get this next question going. What are you most tired of in terms of quarantine? Okay, not yet. When I say go, first person to hit the buzzer with the back of their head to answer the question. Ready, go! Oh, Bailey!
There's hand sanitizer on my head.
All right, Bailey, what are you most tired of? Answer the question.
Sitting
Do we have sitting?
at home. Yeah. Okay.
What?
Oh, Barrett.
Oh, okay, generous.
Okay.
Generous, but that's fine, that's
The
fine. We see who Amanda Jameson wants what team to win
I
here.
know.
Okay, Barrett, go for it. What is your next answer?
My sister.
Huh? What'd you say? My sister. The last thing you said was you want to hang out with your siblings. Okay? Bailey, go for it.
Pajamas? Like wearing my pajamas all the time?
You're tired of that? Man, you are not in tune with our generation. Barrett.
Outside.
Outside. You're doing the same answers.
Oh, it's a game.
What am I most tired of? Watching a lot of TV.
Do we have TV? Man! Okay, now you guys go. Lauren, answer it if you guys get more than 2. So basically you have to get all 3 to get this right, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go.
Not seeing friends.
Come on, guys.
Chores.
Oh.
Okay, I need you to really think about this. Pray about it. Huddle for a second. Think. What do you think? Come on, we can't have this game end this early.
Dude. Not
Oh! Base mask! You got one. Nice. Okay, go.
Any huddle or no?
Sure, you have 4 seconds.
What are you tired of?
Not going to wait. Not going to impact. I'm tired of it. I'm trying to think of which one it is. Tired of not going to impact.
You know what? That's such a good answer. I will give you an honorary extra answer. It doesn't count for a point though. But you have one more
Lauren's
chance.
up though.
Go, Lauren, go. Okay, think about your job. I don't know.
Did you just give me the answer?
No, I gave you a hint. Now use it. You have 2 seconds.
School. Home school.
Hey! Okay, last one. If you get this, you guys get this round.
Parents.
Yes.
I'm not. I love your mom.
Okay, let's reveal the answer. The word unprecedented. That's a little hard, but that's what we got.
What does that mean? What does that word mean?
Unprecedented. We are in unprecedented times. The amount of quarantine we're in is unprecedented.
Okay.
So you guys also don't watch the news. What do you guys do if you don't do any of these things? Okay. You know what? I will give you guys this round because this team has gotten so much love from your mom. So we are at 1v1. Whoever gets this next answer right, you guys win, which means you do not have to face the challenge. All right, let's see that next question. Ooh. Okay, you guys ready? The question is, what is your favorite takeout restaurant? Do not hit it yet. First person to hit the buzzer with their foot. Go! Nobody hit it yet. Yeah, you got it. Man, we are spraying here. Okay, answer the question.
In and out.
In and out. Do we have in and out?
Chick-fil-A.
Keep going.
Panda Express.
Wow.
Jersey Mike's.
The Hobbit.
Be quiet. Answer.
Burger King.
Burger King? Man, they came in strong and they destroyed. If you guys get these 2 right, you guys win the game.
Banana one. McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Chipotle. Are you saying yes?
Oh,
Okay.
fudge.
Fudge. Do we need to get together?
Don't be generous.
Think about it. Don't be generous.
It's like Burger King, McDonald's, same thing.
Taco Bell?
Show me Taco Bell. Oh, no, and Gracie, you may have lost, but I think everybody is going to win besides them when we see the challenge we have for them, all right? We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we are back with the losers of the night. You guys have lost. Caleb, Lauren, you guys are not good at knowing your people, I guess, but that's okay. We have, in fact, a great challenge, a great punishment, if you will, for you. Are you guys ready?
Kind of.
Okay. All right, my assistant, please bring me the challenge. All right, what we have here is the egg game. But we have eggs here. Some of these eggs are hard-boiled. Some of these eggs are raw. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to present these to each of our contestants, and they will choose one and then proceed to smack said egg on their head. So, first person to smash 2 raw eggs on their head loses. Art now ready?
Art? No, yes.
Okay. Are you guys nervous?
A little.
A little.
I'm excited. All right. I say ladies first. Lauren.
Do I get to like
Present-
shake them?
No, Lauren.
Come on!
You look at it. You can pray if you want, but no. Do not. The egg you touch is the egg you crunch. Okay.
Okay.
I just came up with that. Pending. All right. Hurry up. And hurry up. Harder than that, Lauren. Come on.
Lauren, like this, Lauren.
That's like what? Oh shit.
Yeah,
Ready? Begin.
Hurry, Caleb, hurry. Uh-oh.
Oh no, this one's cold.
Do it. Oh, nice.
No.
I am so happy right now.
Okay, Lauren.
Okay, ready?
Oh, that was awful.
That was so cool!
Okay, right over your hand. You're gonna get totally clean here because we're still gonna play more. You're probably gonna smash another one. All right, let's go. Keep it up, Caleb.
No, you can't look at it, just go.
What do you mean?
Just hurry up. Lauren. Very good.
Uh-oh.
What do you
No,
think?
uh-oh.
What do you think? What do you
There's 2
think?
more here.
Caleb.
Oh, Caleb. What's it gonna be?
Are you serious?
Lauren, you have a 50-50 chance. No,
Let's go!
You gotta do
already
it.
know
You
that.
gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Come a little closer, real quick.
No. Extra hard so it would go on me. Backfire.
Stop.
Oh man. I'll do it just Let me. I don't want to do it.
So, no, come on, Caleb.
Not the hair.
That's gross. All right, those are our challenges. I think that's it for the crew.
High school boys rule or high school girls?
Stay tuned for our interview with our special guest, Whitney Villette. And welcome back to Youth Night Live! Now we have here our very special guest this week, the one and only Whitney Jane Villette.
Wow, how did you get my middle name totally incorrect? That is not, I could not be furthest from what my middle name is.
What's the furthest name from Jane? What is your middle name?
Rain.
I feel like that was pretty close.
Jane, Rain. I guess it rhymes a little bit.
Yeah,
but not,
I feel like
mean,
you can
Jane,
say in the comments
Jane
if you feel
is-
like pretty close guess.
But literally, you say like plain Jane. Rain is so. This is like a whole
Anyway, we
rhyming
have
game.
Whitney here with us for our second Youth Night Live. Whitney, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Glad to be here.
So Whitney, you are on staff. For those of you who don't know, a lot of you probably know Whitney very well. If you've been at Foothill for a long time, you've probably grown up under her care. But maybe some of you guys don't know her. So Whitney, who are you? What do you do?
Yeah.
Why should we care?
Why am I here? Why do I have your time? So, I'm the children's minister here on staff at Foothill. I've worked here for 4 years.
4 years. You just had your anniversary.
I did.
Right?
Yes, I did. 4 years. I actually can't believe it's been that long. It's been a good 4 years. And yeah.
4 more years, I hope.
4 more years. Let's chant together. Okay, hopefully you're doing it at home. Hopefully it's there. It's happening. I grew up here in Southern California, in La Puente. Woo woo. Anybody knows? Probably no one has a clue where that's at. I have studied acting. I was very into that actually in high school, and then wanted to pursue it in college. And now I work for a church, so I'm really putting that career to use. Just kidding. I really am, though, in some odd way. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's me, I guess. I have a husband. I don't know. How far do you want me to go here? I have a husband. I have a kid. We have a dog that's super crazy. My husband is also crazy, and so is my child.
Nice.
Just crazies all around me.
Crazy, all kinds of craziness.
All
Yeah.
kinds of
Nice.
craziness.
So,
yeah.
so Whitney, you've been here. You've been at Foothill for 4 years. You are working here for 4 years, right? I feel like I've known you for a pretty good amount of time now.
4
It's
years,
kinda-
probably.
Yeah, about 4 years. Yeah. In fact, I think I was interning when you started coming on staff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't remember my first impression of you at all. You're just kind of like in my life, like Whitney is just always there. Like she's always been there. Yeah.
The tried and true Whit is always there, always in the background doing something.
That's
yeah.
right. Do you remember your first impression of me?
Yes. So I remember, and this is based off of our first impression, you said something really like sarcastic to me that was like kind of rude, and I was like, what the heck? I don't remember what it was. But then you followed it up with something really sweet, and so I said you were like a Sour Patch Kid. You know, first you're sour, and then you're sweet. So that's my first impression of you.
Nice. First impression of me was me saying something pretty rude and sarcastic. Yeah,
I mean,
probably,
is that,
probably
is
a common
that
first
normal
impression.
for who
yeah.
you are?
Very, very
That's why
sorry.
we love you.
And also sorry to anyone else who I've offended.
It's good you
but I'm
come.
glad that we're getting these old pains out now, 4 years later.
true.
It's
Should I lie
yeah,
down and then we can-
what else
Right-
is
right out
bothering you
all
from
my-
your childhood, Whitney? Yeah.
My childhood, 4 years. Is that child?
I don't know. Man, speaking of, well, not quite childhood, but you're the children's minister, and
Yep.
you're talking to a bunch of students. And one of the reasons why we bring on these staff people, these larger-than-life giants like yourself, is I want to hear a little bit
Larger
about
than
what
life.
you were like when you were younger. So,
Yeah.
a couple of questions. First off, you said, so you're in ministry now, been in ministry.
Yeah.
Liking it so far? Kind of like dealing
Yeah,
with the
love
kids?
it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Digging it?
Yeah.
It's good.
This isn't what you thought you were going to do like 10 years ago, right? Like when you were in high school, when you were in junior high?
Definitely not, no. I went to a high school for the arts, so I studied theater there, and after that I decided that I wanted to pursue acting, so I went to a college that was an arts college, and I got my degree in acting. I did a lot of puppetry there too, so after graduating college I was like, I'm going to be an actor. I am going to be a puppeteer. These are all the crazy things I'm gonna do.
A
I'm
puppeteer?
gonna,
That's a big jump.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah,
That's funny. I hear people being like, some of my students are like, yeah, I want to be an actor. I haven't heard anybody say they want to be a puppeteer.
Well, so I learned that there's like a whole field to puppeteering that I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be a part of this. Like, this is an easy way in to get a job. You build connections with people, and puppeteering is so fun.
Is there really like a big industry of puppeteering out there that we're not aware of?
I mean, it's not.
Are there who's the most famous puppeteerist?
I mean, Jim
puppet
Henson.
master?
But he's
Okay.
not living anymore.
He's dead. He's the Muppets.
But yeah, but his company lives on. So
Okay.
I mean, they do Sesame Street. There's tons of stuff, not just for kids too. There's stuff for adults. There's funny, crazy stuff out there.
Anyway, so you wanted to be a puppeteer?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did want to be a puppeteer. But yeah, man, the rejection is real, guys. And
You got rejected from being a puppeteer.
no, not puppeteer.
Is that-
Actually,
In the comments, is it worse to be rejected from being a puppeteer or worse to be rejected from clown college?
Whoa, they are two very different things. Okay.
And you got rejected from both of them, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. Yes, I did. No. Seriously though, like I remember I was driving in my car. I was working like 3 jobs, trying to get out. I was at the time puppeteering, and I was out in the film industry, like, you know.
So how long ago was this? How old
Oh
were
yeah,
you when was this?
I was between 21 and 26.
So then you were like actively trying to make it. You're
Yes,
like, so this
actively-
was your life goal. Like, I'm going
Yes,
to be.
I had an agent. I had a
You had
manager.
an agent?
Yeah. So yeah, I was like I was going out for commercial auditions and, you know, films and stuff.
Oh my
but
gosh.
nothing big. You've
Did you
never
make any
seen
commercials?
anything-
Were you in any commercials?
No, not anything that you've seen. I was in like a PSA for something. Trust me,
What?
nothing.
For-
Yeah.
what was
yeah.
the PSA about?
Actually, it was it's ridiculous. It was for people in jail that get out of jail but were veterans. It was very.
It was for veterans who made it in jail,
who
and
went to
naturally,
jail and then
you're
coming
the
like
PSA.
being like reintroduced into normal day life, and it was really strange. I played like the daughter of the guy that was in jail.
Do you remember your lines?
No, I don't. I don't. It was so long ago. I don't, honestly. But you guys, anyway, all that to say, I was driving in my car, and it was like, I'm so poor, and it's super hot, like, because, you know, it's California, and things are hot, and it was just an awful experience. I was like, I don't want to live my life doing this forever, and this isn't glorifying to God. Like, honestly, that was a big thing that I was experiencing after college. It was like, wow, how can I use my gifts of acting and puppetry to glorify God? And I was not glorifying God by being stuck in traffic between 3 jobs and doing all that. So, yeah, definitely wasn't fun. But, you know, if you want to pursue acting, good luck.
Or puppetry.
Or puppetry. But for real, if you want to do puppetry, you come talk to me, and I will show you some things, and I will introduce you to some people, because
I really
puppetry
hope-
needs a name for itself, you guys. It's a real thing, okay?
I really hope there's students here who are like, yeah, that's what I've been looking for my whole life.
Maybe there is.
Yeah.
I'm ringing your bell, guys. Come.
Puppetry.
Come.
Okay. Man, I wish I should have done more research. I would have liked to like get a demonstration. Maybe we should next time. Yeah.
Yeah, next
when
time.
you say puppetry, do you mean like sock puppets? You mean like the little marionettes?
Sock puppets. So I've been trained in actually.
You've been trained.
Yes.
What does that mean? You went to school.
Well, like,
well,
I didn't go to school. In school, I took a class about it,
Uh-huh.
and then, you know, you on the job training, you learn. So I was
Okay.
in tons of puppet shows, learned a lot there, and I actually went to. I don't want to call it puppet camp, because that's not the
Puppet camp. That's exactly what we're calling it.
Okay.
We're gonna call this segment when he went to puppet camp.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like a conference. So I went to
A conference. That's even worse or better. I don't even know.
It-
What are these people like?
Oh, I'm sure whatever you're imagining is exactly what they were, for sure.
And again, when you went there, were you like, these are my people? Like,
Yeah,
this
a
is
little
what
bit, honestly.
Okay.
But those people were legit. They worked for Sesame Street. They were in the industry. It was out on the East Coast. The East Coast is really a big puppet scene out there.
You went to puppet camp over on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a puppet scene.
There's a huge puppet scene out there.
cool.
Yeah. So I forgot where we were going with this, but I went and did that. Oh, I got trained. Yes.
Yeah.
I got trained in puppetry. Yeah. So I can do like hand mouth puppets, which is like the Muppet style puppetry.
Okay.
I can do marionette puppets, Punch and Judy. They're like the little the puppets that come out and they always hit each other. Like, it's silly and crazy. But then what I'm really trained in is the Japanese style of puppetry, which is called bunraku.
Oh my God.
That is a real thing, and
This
the
is amazing.
puppeteer is visible on stage. Usually, it takes 3 people to operate a puppet. So, yeah, they're like the wooden puppets. So their mouths don't move, their eyes don't move, but you're like controlling the head, and they have rods out of their arms.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the gist of what that. But that's the most puppetry that I usually do more of that kind of puppetry.
Well, I heard a story about you. You can maybe clarify if this is
Sure,
true or not. I
sure.
heard that you once got in a pretty bad accident over a breakfast food. Is that
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yes,
Okay,
that
okay.
is accurate, and very embarrassing, kids. Very embarrassing. But I
well?
will.
Please, we're all ears.
Okay, this is I'm seriously, this is like, my parents are probably like, what is this girl's deal? Okay.
Not the favorite anymore.
Not the favorite anymore. Yeah, after this, it was like, out the door. You can do wrong, and I did do wrong, you guys. Okay, so I was in college, and I was running late for class. You know, it happens, you guys.
As you do, yeah.
You wake up late. I love to sleep in. Anybody else love to sleep in?
Love it.
Me too.
These people are probably just waking up.
I'm
like an
sure,
hour ago,
yeah. Does this air at 6 o'clock?
Airs at 7 o'clock.
Is
Yeah.
it?
I
Well,
know,
good
I know
morning.
who you are. Yeah.
Good morning. I know who you are. Well, I hope you would get breakfast. And I always have to have breakfast in the morning because that actually is what gets me up in the morning is breakfast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm like, wake up. I need to eat
Not
breakfast.
the cries
'cause
of
I'm
your
starving.
child or
Oh, no.
the time
I
of the
tell
Lord.
my
Yeah.
child, you need to wait, little one. Mommy needs to eat before you get to eat. No, I don't actually do that, okay. Yeah, so it was, I woke up late and I needed to make breakfast, so I just quickly made some toast with some jam. And then I ran up to my car, put it in reverse, backing out, put it in drive, and then I noticed I was, kind of backing up a little quickly, okay, because I was running late. And I noticed my toast was on my lap on a napkin, and it was kind of, shifting on. Then the jam was about to get on my pants. So I didn't want that, of course.
Yeah.
Who wants jam on their pants?
Nobody wants jam on their pants.
Embarrassing. So I looked down to, fix the jam. fix the toast to make sure it wasn't going to fall and get on my pants. And put the car in drive. And the next thing I know, I had the airbag deployed in my face.
Oh my gosh.
And my car was making crazy noises. So I had ran into a pole. I think what happened was I put it in drive, and I think I thought I was putting my foot on the brake when I was actually putting my foot on the gas,
gosh, Whitney.
and went right into a pole. Now I was in a parking garage, so I literally was like inches away from hitting another car. Imagine, how would I have explained to that person? I'm so sorry, I hit your car. I was worried about the toast. It was so bad. Like my face, because the airbag deployed and hit me in the face.
Oh my gosh.
It swelled up. I had Angelina Jolie lips. Like it was like.
There's no way they're gonna know that reference.
Well, look her up,
She
guys.
had really big lips.
I had
Don't look her
really
up.
big
She had
lips.
really
I was
big-
very swollen. Like it was really bad, and I was very embarrassed to tell people. I still am, and I don't know why I'm sharing this story because it's only gonna look bad for me. So anyway, don't PSA to you kids at home: don't drive with toast on your lap, especially toast with jam. So there you go.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Well, so try to eat breakfast. Instead, you totaled your car.
Yes.
And you broke your face.
Yes.
Did you still get the jam on your pants?
I don't even.
Did you eat the toast after when it was all done?
No. But actually, that's the funny story. So I had to get the car towed back to my parents' house, and then I realized a month later, because the car was still at my parents' house, it was like, oh dang, whatever happened to that toast? And it was in the car and it was all moldy.
Oh, gross.
It was disgusting. But yeah, no, didn't end up eating it.
Don't drive with toast. Well, Winnie, thanks so much. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Stop.
I understand nothing.
No! God, please, no! No! I am in Street! I love this woman! The stress of my modern office has caused me to go into a depression. I'm gonna kill myself!
You cheated on me? When I specifically asked you not to?
I declare bankruptcy!
I am running away from my responsibilities.
I feel like all my kids grew up and then they married each other. I have cause. It is because I hate him.
Where are the turtles? Where are they?
Would I rather be feared or loved? Easy, both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
And we're back with our guest Whitney here. So Whitney, thanks so much for telling all these stories and just hanging out with us. Seriously, it's been awesome having you on the show.
It's been a joy to be
Thank
here.
you. Thanks for letting us make fun of you for being a puppeteer. Yeah.
My pleasure.
One of the questions that we're asking all of our guests before they go is because our guests are middle school and high school students and they're learning, even right now when they're kind of apart and just a weird phase, they're still learning what it means to grow, what it means to be a student, what it means to be a Christian in this time. And so any kind of help from our way more mature Christian brothers and sisters will be helpful. So Whitney, what's something that you wish, if you go back to, when you were 12, 13, 15, junior high, high school, what's something that you wish you knew or something that you wish you could tell young Whitney?
Yeah, I feel like being not so concerned and worried about what other people think. Now that really may sound cliche, but growing up, especially
as a theater kid,
yeah, exactly. It's so much about your perception or people's perception of you and you desiring, I want to make sure, I need them to affirm me that, I'm doing the right thing. I look the correct way. I sound the correct way. All the things.
You just said that earlier, right? Like, I really want to make people laugh.
Yes.
I really want people to like me and have this,
Exactly. So I had this really big view of people, and my view of God was really small. And so I think that's something that, God grew me in for sure, and I think that's probably realistically something that will be with me for the rest of my life, something that I'll struggle with, because I think it was so ingrained in me from my high school, junior high school, even college age, and I think it just stuck to my personality. Like, I need this in order to feel accepted, to feel good about myself. And it's like, those things don't matter at all. What really matters is God's view of me and pursuing him and glorifying him. Like, the glory doesn't need to be for me and, can I make somebody laugh? No, it's for God's glory. So, I would probably say that to myself, that to not worry about what people think, to be bold. And at school, I think a lot of times I was worried what other people would think, I wouldn't share in class. It's like, why wouldn't I share in class? I had good ideas, but I think I thought my ideas aren't good enough. I'm not going to, if I don't have it perfectly thought out the way it should be, and I've thought about all the, details of how people will react to whatever I'm going to say, I think it's just better if you don't worry about those things and just go for it. And especially with your relationship with God, because when you view people higher than him, that's you're making an idol of people, and God calls us not to do that.
Yeah. Did you feel, so when you were really in the middle of that, say high school, did you feel like you were kind of trapped a little bit? Did it feel like, man, this is kind of a hard way to live life? Yeah, it is. I definitely didn't feel like myself and who God created me to be. I think I had mentioned earlier that I felt like I was two different kinds of people. So I think at church I was embracing that more of being bold and living my life for Christ. Not that when I was at school I wasn't doing that, but I think I felt more comfortable as opposed to at school when I think I was keeping those people on honestly like a pedestal. A pedestal. Right? Yeah. Yes, exactly. And so I think it's hard reality to come to terms with. Because that's even what our culture is telling us. We have social media now. I didn't have that when I was in high school, so I can't imagine what kids are experiencing now, needing that kind of affirmation from other people. But that's not going to get you anywhere. All those things are fleeting, and to have an eternal perspective is the better option. You know. So before we end this part, what's the difference in you now? So you've been a Christian for a while, obviously, a mature Christian. We're still prone to mistakes, but you've been following the Lord, and so you're removed from high school in that time. But we still have these old thinkings sometimes, right? There's still probably times when you really care about what people think. So when that comes in, when you feel tempted to be like, man, I said something stupid, or what does this person think of me? Or you start feeling kind of afraid or ashamed. Is your thinking different now than it was back in high school?
I don't think that. I think if I do ever say something that I'm I'm afraid, I'm worried what other people might think, or man, it was stupid or whatever. I think I don't beat myself up as much about it. I know that, God gives grace. So I just trust in that, and trust that, whatever the situation may be, that those people, whoever they are, this is just a strange situation of explaining, but they, their opinion doesn't matter as highly as whatever I was saying. Hopefully it was true to, what God calls me to do and be. And if I do have those thoughts of elevating people's opinion higher than God, or whatever I need to do to live my life for Christ, that I need to remind myself, I need to go back to God's word. And I think that's what's really important for me. I need to be a part of a Bible study to continually being able to learn more about him and what he calls me to do and how to live my life. Because that's God teaching us, is through his word. And so if I don't have that constantly being spoken to me, then I'm just going to divert back to that normalcy of oh gosh, I need to have affirmation from people.
Right. It's a constant thing, right? You need to be growing in this.
Exactly.
To find your value, in what God thinks about me, rather than what random people or even close friends think about me.
Oh, totally. And I feel like I have to pray for confidence and boldness too, because that doesn't always come easily for me to just, especially when it comes to me sharing my opinion. and especially with theater, like you're playing a character on a stage. I can come up here and play a character all the days of my life, but being myself, I think, is something that is hard for me to break through. And so I think challenging myself to do that more, and trusting that, hey, I'm created in God's image, and this is who I am. So He didn't make any mistakes, and so I need to just be bold and be myself.
Absolutely.
So I hope that's encouraging to kids.
Cool. Whitney, thanks so much for having this conversation. That was really great. It was really great talking to you about these really fun things like puppetry. And also, seriously, guys, I hope you didn't just tune out because it's super helpful. And Whitney totally knows what she's talking about. And it's true. It can totally mess your life up if you care more about what other people say than how God values you. But before we go, we thought it'd be fun if we played a quick game. You up to play a quick game?
I love games!
All right, let's play a game. So we have here these stack of cards. You have a stack right there. We are going to play 5 seconds or less. So basically how this game works is you're going to look at a card, and your card has a movie on it, a movie title, so it could be like Forrest Gump or something.
Oh,
and you see that, and you have 5 seconds to describe the plot of the movie, trying to get me to guess what the movie is. So you have 5 seconds to describe it. You cannot use the title. You cannot use actors' names. Forrest Gump, you'd be like, guy runs Vietnam. You can't say Jenny either, so I don't know. Yeah, so it might be kind of difficult. I just totally botched that one.
So you can't use characters' names or actors' names.
You know what? You can use characters' names. You can use characters' names, but you have to be describing the plot. You can't just be like Jenny, Bubba Gump, Forrest.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can use the accent.
Okay, can you?
You can do that.
And okay, can you say, okay, I like the accents that we can do here, Sonny.
All right.
Okay, what if I don't know the name of the movie that's on the card?
Well, then you're gonna have to figure it out.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The world is the world is yours. But I will start us off. Okay. So I have my first card here. My producer is gonna count down the 5 seconds. Ready, go. Action figures come to life. In a bedroom, there's a cowboy and there's a spaceman.
Not Toy Story.
Yes.
Oh, Toy Story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that G.I. Joe one. What is that? What is that G.I. Joe?
That's like little soldiers or something. Yeah. No. Yeah. Way different kind of movie.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Toy Story. All right, your chance. Let's go. Okay. Ready, set, go.
Okay. Girl, bow and arrow.
Hunger Games.
Yes! Wow! So good, Dave. You're really good at this.
I really like movies. Yeah, aren't you like a theater person, like acting? Like, don't you care about movies and stuff?
I do. Tim doesn't like movies, so I don't really watch movies.
Tim doesn't like movies? What is that? How do you not like movies?
No, he loves to watch YouTube videos about woodworking.
All right, I don't want to talk about this. I'm going to play the game. Okay, you ready? Now, 3 seconds. Okay, you got 3 seconds here. It's going to get even harder. Lord, be with me.
Amen.
Oh, superheroes, Marvel, coming
Captain
together.
America. Oh.
No, the team.
Avengers.
The team. Yes! I don't know if that counts.
Come
on. We'll say it counts. Yeah.
All right.
All right, you go.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Okay,
3 seconds.
Hold on.
Ready, go.
Okay, dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park.
Yes!
Woo!
I said one word for you, and you're like,
not a lot of
got
other
it.
dinosaur movies out there. All right, now we're down 1 second.
Okay, there's no way.
We can do this. I believe in you. 1 second, okay?
Glad you do.
All right, ready, go. Michael Jordan, Aliens.
Men in Black?
Men in Black!
Michael Jordan? Wait. Space Jam! Space Jam!
Producer from the back. Space Jam! All right, last one, Whitney. You ready?
Here we go.
Okay. And go.
Balloons.
Up.
Waterfall. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's
up.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. Woo!
I didn't know what you said. I thought you were just like making a noise.
No, that was up. Up.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll work on your dictation.
I got it. Yeah, if I'm going to be a theater person. Yeah.
Yes, your dictation, darling.
That is something that I got made fun of for a lot, not speaking clearly. Anyway, Whitney, thank you so much for joining the show.
Welcome.
It was awesome.
Yes, it was fun to be
That's
here.
it for Whitney. I love you guys. We'll be right back right after this. Well, my little students, my young blueberries, my impressionable minds, we have come to the part of the night where we end. But we cannot end without saying thank yous. That's right. Just like everything else in my life, I cannot do this alone. I owe so much of my monumental success to those who have helped me. And tonight, I want to say thank you. So firstly, thank you, farmers and chickens, for working so hard to give us these nutritious eggs just to be smashed on Lauren's forehead. Thank you. And to the high school boys who won 2 challenges in a row now, thank you for proving to the whole world that you do not have to be clean, clever, or good looking to be successful. Thank you, high school boys. And thank you, finally, to all the students who keep yelling about how I'm not actually writing anything at all. Thank you, because you're not doing any work either. That's our show. Love you guys. I will see you next week.